we have to simplify the expression. Remember, the topic for today is similar terms. So we have the first term here, that the literal part is m with exponent x minus 2, here as well. And we have three terms. All of them are similar terms. Remember, in this case it's very easy. We just gonna write here the first coefficient is the number 2 from here. The second is plus 3. And the last is negative 5. Remember, don't forget that you have to write that common element, that it is x with exponent m minus 2. Okay? I'm doing color red because I want that you remember this. Now we're going to work this. 2 plus 3 is 5, and 5 minus 5 is 0. So your answer should be, here I'm going to write down here, 0 times x with exponent m minus 2. So remember, when you don't have here any operator, any symbol here, it means you have to multiply. What is the rule of zeros? Any expression, doesn't matter if it's even 0, any expression times 0 is equal to 0. So your answer should be equal to 0. Because remember, here when you don't have any operator, it is times. 0 times all of this expression. We don't know the value of this expression. The value can be negative, positive. The value could be 0 even. So it doesn't matter what's the value of the expression. All the time when you multiply with 0, the answer should be 0. Okay. Now let's work. Hello. We have to simplify the following expression. We have the first term has a squared bx, a squared x, and a squared x. All of them they are similar terms because they have equal, the literal part is equal in each case. Okay, so in that situation, in that case, what we are going to do, we're going to just copy here the first coefficient, the second coefficient, and minus 1. And also we have to copy the common literal part. When we don't have a fraction, we just add the number 1. We have 3 fractions, so we have to operate all of them. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 over 5 is 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So I'm going to do here the operations. 3 times negative 3 is equal to negative 9. 15 over 3 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10 minus. 15 over 1 is 15. 15 times 1 is 15. A squared x. Now we have to operate negative 9 plus 10 minus 15. The easiest way is to operate negative 9 and negative 15 first, and after plus 10. So negative 9 and negative 15 is negative 24. You have to add because they are negatives. Negative 24 plus 10 is equal to negative 14. So this is the solution. So here is negative 14. So here we have to write down negative 14 over this number 15, the denominator, a squared x. It was very easy, no? Let's review. We have here the first coefficient we have to copy here, negative 3 over 5 plus 2/3 minus 1. So the 15 is the new denominator, 15. 15 over 5 is 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 15 over 3 is 5 times 2 is 10. 15 over 1 is 15 times 1 is 15. Now we have to see how to operate without any mistakes. All of this numerator. We work here. So to work in this case, I recommend you to organize and write down, like I did here, negative 9 and negative 15 together, and after plus 10. Because negative 9 plus with negative 15 you have to add. So it's negative 24. And negative 24 plus 10 is negative 14. So negative 14 is the solution of all of these numerators. It's the new numerator, negative 14. You write down negative 14 over 15, remember. And you have to keep writing a squared x. So the final solution is a monomial, okay? It's the monomial, and it is a... In this case, we have negative 0.5x squared minus 0.3x squared minus x squared. As you can see, we have the common term x squared, and x squared. Okay. Also, in front of one of them, you don't have a number, you have to have the number 1. So how we're going to work, you just write the parentheses and you just copy the first coefficient is 0.5. The next is negative 0.3. And the next is minus 1 x squared. So how to work with decimal numbers? So we can do in different ways. I'm going to show you here. We have 0.5 minus 0.3 minus 1 equal. We have to find out the solution. I want to explain you very well in this case. When you have two negatives, you can add. So I'm going to add here 0.3 and 1.0. Remember, when you have the decimal number, the number 1 is not just 1, it's 1.0. When you want to add both of them, you have to make sure that the order is very important. You just add 1.3. But when you have two negatives, your answer should be negative 1.3. I'm going to copy 0.5. 0.5 minus 1.3, you have to subtract expression. So you're going to take away 0.5 from here. And the answer should be the big number negative. So 5 to 13 is 8 and 0. Okay, 0.8. But your answer must be negative 0.8. Finally, here the answer of the expression is negative 0.8 x squared. Remember, we have to keep writing the common letter and exponent both together until the end of the expression. So remember, in this situation, it's very, very important that you apply properly how to work with decimal and whole numbers. I'm going to review again. 0.5 minus 0.3 minus 1. Here we have to operate 0.5 minus 0.3 minus 1. When we have two expressions like this with negatives, you can add, okay? And your answer must be a negative number like this. So 0.3 plus 1, remember the number 1 when you're working with decimal should be 1.0. So the answer should be 1.3 when you add. But you have to copy 0.5 minus 1.3. In this case, the big number is 1.3. That's the reason you have to copy negative. So you have to subtract 1.3 minus 0.5. Your answer is 0.8. So, but your answer should be negative 0.8. For that reason, this is the final solution of this operation. Okay, hope you enjoy.